Hi, I'm Malcolm Pinkerton, a Research Director at Planet Retail, and I'm here at the WRC in Paris 2014. And joining me is Andy Street, who's the Managing Director of John Lewis.
Hi.
Andy, thank you very much for joining us. Today's sort of big theme of this year's conference really is all about disruption in retail.
Yeah.
So what do you think is the biggest disruptor at the moment impacting retailers?
Of course, in the UK, the biggest disruption at this very moment is probably in the grocery market. But putting that aside, the longer term piece, the biggest disruptor is the advent of online, the deployment of technology, which is changing the market more rapidly than anything last 50 years, really.
Fantastic. And last night at the World Retail Awards, you won the accolade of Omnichannel of Retail of the Year, which is much deserved.
We only won one, and we were up for 3, so we've got to try harder.
1 out of 3 is
not good enough.
It's not good enough. Next year.
Yeah, we'll be back.
Clean sweep across the board.
We'll see.
So what do you think in being an omnichannel retailer actually means? I mean, it's a big buzzword that's thrown around an awful lot.
I tried to describe this in my presentation this morning with a simple image that I think did the job. Multi-channel is like 2 parallel train tracks, and you can be travelling along 2 and they never meet. And we were fine with that in 2008. What multi is all about is that the customer, I like to think, is in the middle of it, and then there are all these different ways they can interact with the brand, obviously in shops, online, through call centres, through their deliveries, through the social media, you name it. And everything has to be joined up, absolutely consistent, and the customer expects that each part of it will know about another part. So it's very, very different to multi.
Absolutely. And of course the consumer, they don't shop the channel or they don't shop the format, they just shop the retail, the brand.
They shop the brand is the key point.
So being customer centric is absolutely vital.
Yes.
But one of the key things, particularly in the UK, one of the key battlegrounds or the differentiators, if you will, has been about the final mile. And I know John Lewis has been doing an awful lot with click and collect.
Well, the final mile really is 2 things, isn't it? First of all, click and collect, as you say. So that's been the fastest growing area of our business over the last few years, and we're not alone in the UK on that. And interesting, UK leads the world on this. So we need more convenience. We need to sort of, I suppose, refine what we're doing. We've sort of rushed for growth, but there'll be refinements, and others will as well. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. But the other part of the last mile, of course, is home delivery, and we've got a huge advantage with the UK's biggest owned home delivery fleet. And we're seeing an ever-increasing proportion of our business going on the fleet. So that's about the quality of the partners who are making the delivery, the reliability, the trackability, all of those things. It's another really competitive battleground.
Yeah, absolutely. And another key thing, of course, is just sort of re-energising the store. And a lot of that is not just about hospitality through great customer service. It's all about technology. But do you think it's more about building solutions around the technology consumers are bringing into store in the form of the mobile, or is it about kiosks, or is it a combination of the 2?
Very interesting question, but let me disagree with the premise of it. The first and foremost thing it's about is the choice of product, the environment in which it's sold, and the skill of the selling partners. And frankly, I would dump all technology if I could be absolutely certain of those 3 things. And all of our customer research is saying those 3 things remain absolutely critical. Let's assume you've got those in place, then you're absolutely right. There's a whole technological aspect to this. I don't think it'll be about kiosks. I think that's a 2010 answer to the question. It's going to be much more about people's own technology.
Fantastic. And then building solutions around that, but the actual heart of it is that customer service.
Correct.
And hospitality.
Yes, and it's about how the partners, in our case, in the shop, build on that customer technology to come together.
Fantastic. And not just using it for technology's sake.
Correct.
Perfect.